All right, I think we're recording. I think we are recording. Damn it. Damn it, I've been sick. I can't kick that last little bit of it, trying to get it out of me. It's currently so wet outside that I'm debating whether it's ever gonna dry out. It's been raining for about 3 days, non-stop. I know you hear people talking about non-stop, right? It ain't stopped raining. You know, the first night, you're like, oh, the sound of the rain, that's so nice. It was sunny yesterday. I was outside and it was beautiful. And then it kind of whisk you away into a nice rainy slumber. And then you wake up and it's still raining, and you go to work and it's raining, and you get off work and it's raining. And then you go lay in bed again the next night and it's still raining. You're like, oh, that sound, it's, okay, we'll watch a movie, ignore the sound, and then go to sleep. And then you wake up and it's still raining, and you go to work and it's raining, and you come home and it's raining, and you lay in bed and the sound is starting to piss you off, and you're becoming psychologically agitated, and you start getting this funny twitch and crazy look in your eye. You're just not quite sure if you're gonna deal with it if it keeps on. And you force yourself to go to sleep with hard liquor and sex, hopefully. And then you wake up and it's still raining. And you go to work and it's raining, and you come home and it's raining. And now it's cold. It's not just raining, it's raining and it's cold, which makes getting wet suck twice as bad as being wet and warm. And you're just not quite sure if your emotions are going to carry on in a positive fashion for all to see. And you start making mean comments to your loved ones and your coworkers. The jokes aren't as funny anymore. And I heard a funny joke today. I've been telling it to everybody. Did you know that diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes. I know, it's so corny. I loved it. Got hit a couple times by some lady folk. I deserve that. I probably should have been hit a lot more over my years than I have been. Guess some people are lucky. But what I really wanted to talk about to you just now is the video that I'm editing. It was a high wind flight, like a spectacularly high wind flight. I was practicing things such as hovering, flying sideways, flying backwards. Need a reverse beeper up in this bitch because I'm flying backwards on my paramotor. That kind of strong. And not only was it strong wind, there are a lot of super people in this world who can do that stuff at the beach all day long. No factor, no problemo. But I'm doing it inland, and I'm doing it in crazy thermal conditions where the wind's going here, no, here, no, here, here. It's up and down, boop, boop. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. I'll never do that again. It's gusting, it's thermals, it's strong wind and thermals all mixed together. You ain't getting that stuff down at the coast of Texas. That stuff is like laser beam straight. You know, you can stand there with no hands and do tricks because the air has no variability to it. Inland is highly variable. So what you'll see in this video is, number one, I'm not saying anything. And that leads to number two, I'm moving constantly throughout this flight, doing things to keep from taking collapse. Sometimes shit changes so fast that the wing takes a tip. It knocks your wing in, and you know, there's no reaction that's fast enough to stop it. Hopefully it's not big, and hopefully you're loaded enough that it ain't very much, and you just do your move and you fly through it, and you don't even think about it after. You just focus on what's next and what's coming. And that's the way you fly in these conditions. And it's a lot of reflexive, just repetitive, built up skills that I've practiced over the years of just near daily flying in a lot of different conditions. And here lately, I've really stepped up my flying into stepping off into some big gnarly conditions like this. For the last couple of years, and especially the last year, on advanced gliders in big conditions, trying to sharpen my skills as much as possible. If you're not gonna fly that much, you shouldn't be flying the advanced gear anyway. That's for people who do fly a lot. It requires practice, it requires upkeep. It requires you to keep those skills honed and sharp to be completely safe on anything, but especially high performance gear in strong conditions. And that's what I've been doing, and that's what I was doing here. And actually I took a step down on the gear. I was on a B-rated glider, a small 23 B-rated universal 1.1. I was loaded up, paramotor, full fuel, not full, it was a lot of fuel. I like to weight up whenever I'm in strong conditions. That gives me some penetration, gives me some speed, gives me some collapse resistance. A lot of reasons to load up in strong air. And I do that, and that's a very important safety thing, and nothing to do with taking the wing outside of its rated weight range, but it's to go over that range by as much as I want to keep that glider boom, solid like a rock. Yeah, it shoots and jives and jukes more, but I can control that stuff. I can make the moves to keep those things within the realm that I want them to be. And that's what every pilot has to do for themselves. But this was just me flying, and I don't think I talked through the whole flight. I turned the camera on and I said a few things. I said, all right, we got some high wind, boys. Woo, clear. And I had some students on the field, and I was telling the students, this is how you clip in. I was going through some real basic stuff. It was their first, second day of practice, something like this. These two guys, Travis and John, they had not been around very long. They'd only seen like a couple of flights. I'm teaching them. They've had the mini wings out that day, and the conditions were not as strong to start with. They picked up to this level. They got to the point where the guys were like, I need a break. It picked up enough that it was my turn. It's my turn to do a demonstration of how to fly in high winds, and what, something for them to put in their mind to look forward to and to study on. And for you too, if you can glean any intel from this that may help you in your flying, I encourage you to do that. What happens is your brain gets so focused in on the important things, which are flying the glider and coordinating your inputs into all the controls, the toggles, the weight shift, the throttle. Everything is a coordinated dance that you're doing to keep the glider where you want it and going where you want it to go. When you're putting that much focus into the things that you're doing because they are so important, because I'm low to the ground, you can't relax. You can relax way up where you've got minutes to make decisions. When you're as low as I was in these conditions, you've got no time. You can't make mistakes this low or you will get hurt bad. So I don't make mistakes, and I do it by focusing very intently on what I'm doing. And it takes away the ability for me to make words, I guess, because I didn't say anything this whole flight. It's not a fear thing. When people are scared, they do focus, they might get quiet. It's probably a similar reaction, but clearly different, because I'm not fearful. I'm really enjoying doing the things that I'm doing out there. I'm smiling, I grin and kind of wink every now and then if somebody's looking, but I'm mostly intently focused on what I'm doing. That's what this flight was. That's it. That's what I wanted to say about this flight. So it's raining. I got nothing else to do, so I'm gonna sit in the studio and make a couple of videos. Yeah. So anyway, without further delay, here's the video. I hope you enjoy it.
So we're about to do some high wind flying. I got to do that universal laid out, 23, because it's strong. We'll go ahead and clip in while I'm standing here. Leg, chest, chin. Clip. I think I needed to crack it a little more. There it is. I got the A risers. That's gonna pull the wing up faster. See what's coming? All clear.
So I was just gonna let you guys watch this video without any voiceover at all, but it just really looked kind of boring, just flying around. High wind, let's just talk about what's going on here, right? It's no stepper takeoffs, no stepper landings. The primary goal of this flight was to do a demonstration for these two students, to just show them sort of some high wind flying techniques, and just to tell y'all what I'm doing. The goal when you're near the ground is to stay into the wind, straight into the wind. If you get turned crosswind, you're getting tumbled over, and that's just it. And much less if you touch. Look how fast I'm going downwind here. Just smoking through the sky, probably 50 miles an hour downwind there, just like a truck coming by on the highway. And then you turn into it, and you just stand still. You got wind. It's right in your face. The wind is strong. And when you get low to the ground and you get within that range of ground contact, You've got to stay into the wind. And when it's thermal conditions, that wind is switching. Probably this day was around 10 to 15 degrees. It got worse later. I believe I made a video about that, but for this part of the day, it was real good, and I had the right tools for the job, and I was making good moves. It felt relatively safe. Again, I'm focusing on what I'm doing, paying attention so that nothing gets smacked. But when you hit the ground, stay into the wind. That's the goal. See it shift and start to pull me to the side. I immediately turn the glider a little bit and get back in it. Take back off, hover back down, and then I'm just waiting for the next move. Right, let's see what happens. Where do I go? Do I go left, right, straight? I'm just sort of static, just pushing some gas and holding throttle. Yeah, no stepper takeoff. It wasn't that switchy. It was a really good day for this, like a prime day for this. And as I went through the flight, things did pick up. It got even stronger. So you'll see it coming up in a minute. I start doing things like flying sideways, laterally. Backwards, I do some reverse flying. That's always pretty fun. But what am I doing here? Yeah. Oh, I'm just kiting. Every now and then I land. I like to do a turnaround. Just reverse kiting. No reason for it. Just, exercising my techniques. Sharpening my skills. Making a turn without disturbing the glider. Look, see, I'm drifting to the left there. The wind had changed a little bit. It's coming from my right. So I turn back into it. What is going on here? Yeah, let's talk about turning downwind. You always want to make sure you have enough altitude that you can turn back into the wind before you get to the ground. So you'll never see me going low downwind because I don't have time to turn. Oh yeah, this is hovering. Check it out. Zero speed in any direction. That's what my goal was here, just to hover. And that's what I was doing. Maybe 30, 40 feet up. I don't know how high I was, but I'm just hover mode, just pulling enough brakes that my forward speed matches the airspeed and just floating in space. That's kind of a neat trick. But you got to have optimal winds to do it. You can't just do it with any old winds and any old glider and any old condition. It's got to be set up just right. Probably okay to do at the beach. That's a nice beach move, but you rarely see anybody hovering inland like this. It's just not a thing. And you can see the wind shifting. You see how like a little left, a little right. And that's just the thermals pulling one way and then another. And then my goal is just to stay into whatever that wind is, whether I'm turning or not. But look, I'm drifting left, then right, then touchdown. Nice work, Kylo. Nice work. And it's about right here where things start to really pick up and change. Look, I'm getting pushed hard to my left, and I turn back into the wind. And yeah, here it just really picks up in intensity. Look, I'm going backwards. I'm just flying backwards. Just holding some brake, holding some throttle. It's kind of like hovering, but no, clearly I'm moving backwards across the ground. I've not reversed this footage. I swear I haven't. No camera tricks here. And then look, I make a minor adjustment, and now I'm flying laterally, just perfectly sideways. And I'm doing this on purpose, just to get back near the students so they can get a better view of what I'm doing with my hands. I'm telling them to focus on my posture, my hand position. I want them to kind of commit these things to memory so that when they get in a situation like this, they know what's right and what it's supposed to look like. And notice how finessey the moves are. You don't see me wildly flailing around, but very, very minor moves in conditions like this. I get strong, I point it. Yeah, look here, I'm doing my turn. I believe this is the end of the flight. So here is the rest of the video for your enjoyment.
Just like that. No, these are strong conditions. Super strong. I mean, if you're flying backwards, then yeah, and it picked up since I took off too.
So yeah, there you go. That was it. I think I didn't turn the camera back on. When I'm with students, I'm not worried about making videos. I'm worried about teaching these guys what to do and doing a debrief with them and talking to them about why I'm doing the things I'm doing. You try to cover as much as you can with a new student. Then you look at what sticks. and then you fill in those gaps later. That's my job as a teacher, is to deliver all the information, just dump it on them like a bucket, a barrel, a shower, a 3-day rain, if you will. And then see how much sticks. Use a paintbrush for the rest of it, and then use a fine brush at the end of that. And over time, the student will learn to paint themselves and become their own pilot who learns things through their actions and practice and daily jive, as it may be. That's my job as a teacher, is to get them on that track and making those decisions themselves. It's hard to do that, make videos. So I usually don't. I don't know, maybe I should more. I don't know. I make enough of them as it is. I've got so many of them now that I'm having to just kind of wait to post them. I've got all these videos piled up, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should stop for a minute and not make videos for just a few minutes and let some of these things post. I'm still posting 2 to 3 a week. All the Patreon guys got full access to all the stuff I've got made. So I hope you are enjoying that ahead of schedule. And for the rest of you, I hope you enjoy the video. I will get with you guys next time. Hit the subscribe button with the bell if you want to see them when they drop. Get the little notification that there's a new Kyle O video available for your consumption. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Thanks for hitting the thumbs down if you're into that shit. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Much love, everybody. Kyle out. Huh. Wonder if anybody realized it was fake. Jennifer got me a mullet wig for Christmas. This is the first time I've ever used it. May wear it down tomorrow. I don't know. I'll consider that when I get up in the morning and have my coffee. I'll see you guys later.